Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Movement Radio. I am Chip Hazard,
I'm Talon Williams.
And I'm Roger Sierra.
and it's Monday, so we're back again with another guest. Straight off their win over Greenville, we have Tabatha Goldie Anderson. How's it going today?
Oh, and I can't complain.
It's what we like to hear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we could complain, but who'd listen, right?
True.
Yeah. So let's kick the show off the best way we know how. For the people who don't know who you are, who is Tabatha Goldie Anderson?
Well, I mean, Tabitha Goldie Anderson is a combination of two people. So,
Well,
or
let's
I
hear.
guess two personas. So, do you want to know who Goldie is, or do you want to know who Tabitha Anderson is?
Let me know who Goldie is. I want to know Goldie.
Okay, so Goldie is a 9-year veteran with the Chattanooga Roller Girls. Well, Chattanooga Roller Derby. When I first started, we was the Chattanooga Roller Girls, but now we're Chattanooga Roller Derby. I've always been a jammer. And on the track, I can be, I don't know, I guess, actually, when you look at me now, I'm a little bit beefier than what I was when I first started, but I am one of those jammers who I attempt to be as fast as I can, but I also am a jammer who will hit you. And I've been told that I hit pretty hard for someone of my size.
I like it.
Awesome.
All right, so I will follow that up with a very similar question, but before roller derby, before Goldie, who was Tabatha?
Ooh. Tabitha was a lady who was a devoted mother and career woman and very family oriented woman who my youngest kid at that time was getting ready to graduate high school. And, as a parent, especially as a mom, like you're like, my baby got this practice. I got to get her there. I got to do this. I got to sit for this game. I got to all the things surrounding my kids. And so I was just like, okay, what am I about to do with myself? I was like, one, I need to get more fit. So I was just like, I do need to do something to get out the house and work out a little bit. But I didn't want to go to a gym. I hate the gyms. I hate it. I think it's a meat market, and I just ugh. So I had rent. It's crazy because I had a nurse friend. I'm a registered nurse.
Okay.
And I ran into this girl, and I don't even know how the subject of roller derby came up. And she was just like, "You're interested?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I am pretty interested." And she just started giving me like all the details about practices and boot camps and all this stuff. And at that very moment, I wasn't ready to pull the trigger, so I just kept the information in the back of my mind. And it was just like toward the end of that year, I said, okay, I think it's time. So I waited till like I want to say, I think it was like the last 2 weeks of the boot camp that was happening. And I just jumped in there. I pulled out a pair of skates that was probably 10 years old, literally dusted them off. And I just showed up, and I was just like, okay, let me just go for it. And I just went for it, and I made the team, and the rest was history.
So if you can remember, what was that first practice like 9 years ago? Like,
So I remember being in North Chattanooga Recreation Center, and I'm just looking at the rest of the boot campers who have been there for a few weeks, and they're doing things, and they're calling out directions, instructions, and they're just doing it. So every single thing, I waited to the back of the line so I could see what they were doing, because I I usually can pick up on things pretty quickly, and I'm kind of like a daredevil at times, especially back then. I was way more of a daredevil. And so I would just kind of hang out in the back of the line, and whenever it was time to do something, I just did it. I ain't know if it was really right or if I was doing it correctly, and I just did it. So it was a low number boot camp that time. It was like, I want to say less than 10 people there. So yeah, it was scary, but I was so far behind the rest of the other people that I didn't even really have time to like be scared. I just had to do it.
I heard that. I heard that. Um, so what in your opinion, from that first practice 9 years ago to or I will say boot camp, I'm sorry, that first boot camp 9 years ago to the most recent boot camp, how have things changed, like with the way that you teach new roller girls and stuff like that?
So I feel like things over the years have been pretty consistent. Um, you know, it's always had really good structure. And I think that's part of the reason why Chattanooga Roller Derby is as successful as it is as a team. It's always had really good structure, always kept it classy. And again, the numbers, sometimes we have these really huge numbers with boot campers, sometimes lower numbers, but the structure just has continued. And like, again, for me, I came in at the very end, so I don't even know what was happening those first couple of weeks, because I was like, oh, here I am.
You just came in and took over.
I don't know about taking over, but I did my thing. I was proud of myself.
So have you always been a jammer, or did they try to like try you out at other different, like, was you maybe a blocker, maybe, a pivot, or was you just always a jammer?
So I've always been a jammer. When I first came in, I let the trainers know that I wanted to jam. And I was told, like, that's a harder position. You may want to, pretty much get your feet up under you before you go to such a tough spot. But jamming was just always a thing of mine. I don't know if it was the star on your helmet or we had some pretty good jammers. We've always had good jammers, but the jammers on our team back then like caught my eye, so I wanted to be like them. And so I've always been a jammer. And it's crazy because when COVID hit, we couldn't play together. So when we were allowed to return to play, I just kind of had filled my schedule with some other things. So I just kind of, I'm just now returning after COVID. And so we've had a huge amount of transfers and new skaters who came in the league, good skaters. And so I was like, oh, I may need to block because we got some really good jammers. And normally jammers is where it's usually a hard number to fill because it is a pretty tough position and you get beat up constantly. But I initially came back thinking that I was wanting to block, and my spirit and my skates and my heart just put me back into jamming.
Okay. Almost like you were born to do this, almost like it was,
Yeah.
it just came natural to you pretty much.
Just came natural. Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
That
like
muscle memory, I guess, reactivated.
Yeah.
Now, before Derby, did you actually play like any sports, like maybe like in high school or something like that, college, anything like that? Was you an athletic, kid growing up?
Yeah. So I grew up in the rec centers as a little kid. So all through like elementary and middle school, I played all the rec sports, tennis, ping pong, basketball, badminton, horseshoes. If it was a sport there, I would do it. And in high school, I didn't do as much as high school sports because, it required a lot of practice and getting, to and from school and stuff after hours. And, my mom was a single mom at the time, and I had a younger sister who had a chronic illness. And so I just wasn't able to just really because of just those
Life.
reasons. So I still would hang out and play stuff at the rec center, play sports at the rec center. So
Okay.
Now,
yeah.
are you originally from Chattanooga, or did you transplant to Chattanooga?
Born and raised.
Okay. What's
That's what I'm talking about.
what schools did you go to growing up?
So I went to elementary. I was at Highland Park Elementary, and then I went to Orchard Knob Elementary. And then from there, I went to Hitson Middle School, and I graduated from Hitson High School.
Okay. I
Yeah.
I went to school here in Chattanooga as well. And so elementary, I went to Hardy Elementary before they rebuilt it when it was like the 4-story block building.
Right.
Then I went to Orchard Knob Middle, and I actually graduated from Howard High.
Oh, okay. What year
Yeah.
you come out?
2001.
Ooh, you're a youngin'. See, I'm class of 95.
Well, it's ironic that you say that because most of the girls that we have interviewed are younger than I am.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm the oldest player on the team right now.
You could have fooled me.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, I am. It's all good though. I saw your interview with Thrash, and she described me as the older lady, the nice older lady. I
The
thought,
nice
I'm gonna get her
older
lady.
today.
Oh, yeah, you
I'm
better
gonna have
get
to have a
her.
conversation with her.
I'm sure she means off the track, because I'm sure on the track you're just bloodthirsty. I'm gonna assume just like I'm gonna run your ass over, kind of a player.
Yeah, but I'm nice about it though.
Okay, cool. Kill him with kindness. I like that.
So what you're saying is you just run straight through somebody, knock on their ass, and be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
sorry about that."
And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
So where did you come up with the name Goldie? Was that just something, or was that something they gave you, or somebody is just something just off the top of the head or something?
I think it was kind of more off the top of the head. I love everything gold. Like I have gold earrings on right now. I just think so. Gold has always just like been one of my favorites because I think gold looks really good on my brown skin. So if I gave you a tour of my house, every room has gold in it to some degree. Like even my wine glass right now has gold on the bottom.
I like it.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My best friend's mom, growing up, she was the same way. There was not a room in the house where there was not gold something somewhere.
Yeah.
She had gold faucets in the bathtub.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah. Yeah, Miss Williams that was my second mama.
Oh.
So
yeah. My mom was the same way, only instead of gold, it was green. So
I like green too. My living room is emerald green and gold.
Oh, hey.
I like green too. It's the color of money.
Say it again.
Right.
So you guys just came off of a win in Greenville. You played away. And I know we're gearing up for our first home game against Atlanta, but tell us a little bit about how things went in Greenville.
Okay, so Lord, I'm drawing a blank. I'm trying to think of the team that we played. I'm drawing a blank right now. So as far as a team, we all have really worked hard and practiced hard together. We have been consistent as far as retaining members and gaining members. But we felt like we were really strong. We had a really strong roster. But like as we got closer to that day, as we got closer to the venue, everybody started to have like a little bit of nerves, like like for me, we were getting off the interstate and I let the window down and I was like, I yelled out the window, I was like, I'm scared. So yeah, I was like, what am I doing? I just and we played Appalachian Roller Girls. And they have beat us consecutively. We have like a 3-0 record with them. So they have like whooped us. So they're a pretty strong team. So we were just, a little bit, all of us had a little bit of nerves about us going into the game and going into the bout. But we went in there, we did our thing, we've done what we've been practicing for months now, and we came out on top. We were proud of ourselves after that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did it feel good to finally get that win?
It felt really good. It felt really, really good. Yeah.
And it feel like you earned something.
We did. We worked really hard to get it, on the day of bouts, you show up and you do what you've been practicing days and days and hours for. And as a jammer, I feel like Chattanooga has some of the toughest walls that I've went against in a very long time. And so I felt like to some degree, jammer wise, if we can handle Chattanooga walls, we can handle anybody walls. And it paid off. It paid off. And like I said, we came out with a victory and we were all, really excited about it.
Right. But sometimes the nerves can be a good thing though. It's like if you don't really feel anything, it's like it almost feels like you don't care. But when you have them nerves and you have them jitters and you have that feeling in your stomach, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm ready for this. Like, did you get to that point?
Right.
That being said, though, did you have, I've asked this question to everybody who we've had on so far. Do you have any pregame rituals or any, things of that nature? Like, do you listen to certain music? Is there a certain routine that you do before you get ready to play?
Actually, I don't have any type of rituals that I go through. Me personally, I do a lot of self-talk. So I will be talking mad crazy, like some old wow, you up type of, like, don't play with me. Like I'm all in my head, like just pumping myself out, like I'm finna go out here and go against Floyd Mayweather or something like that.
Hey.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She said she finna give Floyd Mayweather that loss.
Yeah,
right.
I'm on that.
Exactly.
She's gonna be the one in 151-1.
Okay.
There you go. That's great.
So yeah, it's just that. And then I have my my bench buddies, like when I am feeling away, like Chaos, you've interviewed her, Pause of Chaos. Mm-hmm. She's like my go-to. So if I'm too much in my head, I'll go to her and she'll, have a little conversation with me and she'll help get me in the right frame of mind. So if anything, that's probably more my ritual. It's just to, have a talk with her or whatever.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Now we're just a little over a week away from the first home game of the season.
Yeah.
Are you excited for the new venue?
Yeah, I am excited for the new venue. I think so. Chattanooga Roller Derby has like the best fans you'll ever see. When I first started, my first couple of bouts were away bouts. And I remember going to the one venue and it was at It was at a convention center. And I promise you, I saw a tumbleweed go through there. It was like nobody there. And then the second one was at a skating rink. And I remember Curb Stomping Cupcake came over to me. And that's when she let me know that I get to play with the all-star team. And I remember sitting on the curb and I was so excited when she told me that. But again, it was a good turnout. But then we had our first home bout in Chattanooga. And I was like, what the, because I had never even seen Chattanooga play at home before. So I was going into this so blindly now that I think about it. But wow. Sometimes that's the best way to go into things that you're not familiar with. Just jump in feet first.
Yep. Sink or swim.
So yeah, and it was like the crowd was so loud and was so thick that it was like deafening. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the new venue. I think we're gonna have tons more fans come out. We have stadium seating now. Great parking. So I think it's gonna be awesome. And then we're playing Atlanta Roller Derby, and they're a pretty tough team. Like, so they're gonna bring the smoke, you know. So yeah, people are gonna show up to see Chattanooga versus Atlanta.
Yeah,
We'll definitely be there.
we will be there for sure.
Yay!
Yep.
We're gonna be there to see you guys get that dub.
Yes. That's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
are.
We've been talking about it for weeks. Like, we are so excited. I watch roller derby on like YouTube and stuff, so I kind of know what to expect.
Yeah.
But I've never been to watched it live, so I'm so excited for that.
It's a totally different experience. It is a totally different experience. It's just like, you can just, especially with Chattanooga, because like I said, our fans, they don't come to play. Like, they really come out to support us. They're loud. We have, adult beverages. We have food, tons of people, merchandise to buy. Like, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be a lot of energy in the room. You're gonna love it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be
Yes.
great.
Yes. Now I know that the Chattanooga roller derby, it will, in most roller derby, they do flat track. Have you ever had the opportunity to experience bank track?
No, and I don't think I would want to either.
Everybody keeps saying.
That's what everybody says.
Did y'all get the memo? Like, I'm the oldest one on the team. I ain't fooling with no bank track.
He said, I ain't fooling with that stuff.
Like, hell no.
I pass.
I know some of the girls have and some haven't, so
yeah.
You said a minute ago, Chattanooga's, they love their roller derby. That being said, though, when you first got into roller derby, did you have anybody maybe tell you that, did anybody bring up like the stigma of what roller derby used to be from like the 80s and 90s, like the movie Whip It, and like, oh, it's more of an entertainment thing. It's not like a real sport or anything like that. And there's that stigma that kind of carried over. People have a preconceived notion of what the sport is. And, when people like, maybe, have you ever been asked that before? And then like, what is your response to that type of criticism?
So, believe it or not, I've never seen the movie Whip It.
Okay.
Never seen it, but I do own a movie because I had one of my fellow teammates give it to me, but I've never watched it because it's on DVD, and I'm like, who still has a DVD player?
Right.
Well, I'm proud of you. You still got one. That's a good collector's item.
It's in my daughter's room. She, she has her little TV, her DVD player. She's got to watch her Disney Channel, shows.
Oh, yeah. So, maybe I should get one because I have a grandbaby. Yeah. Maybe I should get one so I can pull out dust off the old DVDs so he can watch them.
Yeah. Or get the Or get the
Yeah.
VHS, get a VCR and the old big old box VHS tapes, the ones that
And
came
I
with like
do
that
have
real
some
thick
of those in my
plastic.
basement.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the question, like when I first started, nobody really knew I was doing it. Like I didn't tell anybody. I just did it. I was like, I just woke up one morning, I'm like, I'm doing it. And so I didn't get any questions in the beginning. And most of my friends and family, they just came to about. I don't even know if they really saw it or not, or had any experience with it from seeing it. Like you say, oh gosh, there used to be a TV show that came on where they, oh gosh, what was the name of that show? I'll think of it in a minute too. But I didn't get any questions about it. But after I started playing and over the years, occasionally you'll get somebody who's just like, what are y'all out there doing? Throwing elbows? And I'm like, no, I ain't throwing no elbows, but it's a full contact sport, and it's pretty exciting. So I'll invite them out. But as soon as anybody gets on a theatrical, questions, I bring them back down real quick.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, you did mention that you were married. What does your husband, does he support, come to bouts and everything? How does he feel about you getting out there and getting knocked around and banged up? Has he ever tried to put hands on anybody?
No, he doesn't have to worry about putting hands on anybody because my teammates got me covered so well. Like he get to sit back and relax. He get to sit that one out for an hour. But he is my number one fan. Like he really 1000% supports me. He supports me traveling. Even on the road or at home, he supports me. So it's hard to do this sport if you don't have a good support system. You still can do it, but so when he proposed to me at one of our home bouts.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So he combined like two of the things that I love the most. He combined, Derby and all my family, my Derby family, with my, blood family and him. So it was like the most memorable experience ever.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's super awesome.
He did really well with that.
Yeah. So what is one piece of advice you would give somebody looking to get into Derby in 2023?
Getting into Derby in 2023. Honestly, just do it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just show up. Just show up and just do what you can with what you got. Pay attention. We will teach you everything you need to know. We'll teach you everything you need to know. But if you're interested in it, just do it. It's really nothing else to say other than just do it.
That's solid advice right there.
Absolutely.
I tell people that all the time. Like, just go for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
This podcast wouldn't exist unless, because when we talk about it, we asked a friend of ours who actually has a podcast, and we asked him, he's like, how did you get started? Blah, blah, blah. He said, just do it. Just do it. If you fail, you fail. If you don't, hell yeah, keep going.
Right.
But you at least tried. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
It's a Star Wars, Master Yoda said, do or do not, there is no try. So, go after it.
Right. And I've had people ask me, they'll be like, are you worried about getting hurt? Like, are you scared? And again, it's like this. You can get hurt. Like, I can get hurt coming off the curb. So do I want to tell somebody like, yeah, I broke my ankle stepping off the curb, or yeah, I broke my ankle when this 200-pound girl came flying at me? on the track. I like the second story better.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I like that
absolutely.
second story.
It's a more interesting story because it's
More
like, wait,
interesting story.
why was a 200-pound girl running at you full speed?
Okay.
Oh, you do roller derby. Oh, cool. Tell me about that. There you go.
Yes,
It's a conversation
yes.
starter. That's
Exactly.
awesome. It's awesome.
You be
That's
like, you stepped off the curb. You goofy. You so
Mhm.
goofy.
Right. So over the years, I will assume that there have been some injuries with roller derby. What's the worst that you've had over your career thus far?
The worst. Ugh. Well, I've had 2 injuries related to derby. I had and one of them my own teammate, Smackajawea.
I love it. I love it. Yes.
Y'all got me
Go
hot
ahead.
over here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it though.
All right, continue
Yeah.
your story. Go ahead.
So I told you, hey, isn't that a better story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So Smackajawea, she came full speed we were in turn 1, and I'm, coming down the track, and she whacked me right on the shoulder, and I got a severe shoulder injury. It was a grade 2 AC separation. Like my
Wow.
arm was kind of dangling. And so yeah, I didn't have to have surgery or anything, but it did require, like, I think took like 6 weeks and some physical therapy before I could, like, really get movement back and everything. But that was one injury. And then right when I was returning post-COVID, I was at a practice, and I say it's derby related, but I really feel like it wasn't, because I just hit a really odd spot on the track and just fell really awkward, and I broke my fibula.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah, that one sounds like it hurt.
Yeah. It did. It was pretty exciting.
How long was you out on that one?
That was another one that I was out. I think it was 6 weeks and some physical therapy, and coming back, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit scared, but after you take a few falls after returning from an injury, and again, that muscle memory comes back, the fear kind of leaves you. So I've been back and I've taken some falls, but it is what it is. It's part of derby.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is.
But it's just part of the game. And I have a younger sister that passed away, so I always, in some degree, thinking in the back of my head just about life, and I just want to enjoy life and live it, and not be running around here in total fear. So I really enjoy roller derby. It does something for my spirit, for my soul. I love my derby family, and I ain't talking about just the skaters, all the officials and referees. I love my derby family, and when you weigh the risks versus the benefits is way greater. So
Right.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Yes.
All right. Well, we don't want to take up too much of your time tonight. Realize that you got things to do and everything. So we'll just give you this opportunity to promote anything that you would like to promote. We got the bout coming up. If there's anything else you want to promote, feel free.
So yeah, pretty much we have our next home bout coming up May 6th, Saturday, May 6th. It's at Lord Jesus.
Camp Jordan Arena.
Camp Jordan Arena.
Camp Jordan Arena. How did that leave me? It's at Camp Jordan Arena. I would like to invite everyone to follow Chattanooga Roller Derby. We're on Twitter. If you just put in Chattanooga Roller Derby, we're on Instagram. We have a website, and we're also on Facebook. If you're interested, like I said, just come out, check out a couple of bouts. We would love to continue to have our league grow. Personally, like I said, I love my Derby family, but personally, I would like to see some more women who look like me on the track. Just come check us out. And even if you're not interested in skating as a player, we have a lot of ways you can still be a part of the league and not have to be on skates, or not have to play. So we have a place for everyone.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
That is very, very awesome.
Thank you.
Again, Goldie, thank you so much for being with us tonight. We really do appreciate it. If you want to hang out for just a few minutes while we pay some bills real quick, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed that interview. And again, May 6th, come out to the Camp Jordan Arena to see the Chattanooga Roller Derby team whoop that ATL ass. It's going to be a great day. Chip, Roger, anything you guys want to say before we bounce out here this evening?
As always, check out movementradio.us. That is your one-stop shop for all things Movement Radio.
Hit him with it, Raj.
And as always, thanks for watching the video. Hit that like, share, obviously subscribe, leave a comment, and hopefully we go out there and see you guys May 6th, Camp Jordan Arena. Just stay tuned to YouTube. We may have more content about this.
Absolutely. Shout out to all of our sponsors, by the way, the OGGearAnime.com, audibletrial.com/movement radio, Canva, Zoo, Lily, W.GG, Entertainment Earth, Just Cash Clothing, GetResponse, and Elementor. Again, all of our friends and family that's been down with us since day one. You know who you are. Thank you for the love and support. And again, Goldie, thank you once again for being here. We do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You are very, very welcome. That being said, thank you guys for watching. Chip, let's hit him with the outro.
Please do not leave without leaving a like, comment, share, and subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform and right here on YouTube.
Make sure you go and check out all of our social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Check out the YouTube channel right here. Subscribe. Click that bell to get notified of our latest videos. Check out streamlabs.com/movement radio/merch and go copy some merch. And also check out movementradio.us, your one-stop shop for all things Movement Radio.
I am Chip Hazard.
I'm Talon Williams.
And I'm Roger Shiro.
And this is Movement Radio.
God's plan.